You think I go to the gym and eat broccoli and no bread and no cheese and no pork and slowing down my drinking so I can keep my clothes on this summer?
None of my swimsuits will be kid-friendly this summer. Teach your kids about baddies. So apparently, when a woman wants to walk around public essentially naked, the responsibility falls on your 5-year-old child to understand it. I think we all know what swimsuits they're referring to. String-thong bikinis that cover the least amount possible and disappear, so they're practically naked. The biggest question we should be asking here is why do women want to walk around public essentially naked? And the answer is really simple. These women are selfish, and they so desperately desire and crave attention and external validation. Instead of being a decent member of society and being a good role model for the next generation of young girls or their own daughter, they'd rather walk around public practically naked. And they'll get mad when anyone, including your child, stares, which is ironic because they want to wear as little as possible to show off, meaning they want people to look at them. Instead of being accountable for their own actions, they want to put the responsibility on moms and tell them, hey, teach your 5-year-old child not to stare at me because I want to walk around public essentially naked. Well, kids stare when something's not normal, and you being essentially naked in public isn't normal. You teach a kid that you don't go out in public naked, and when you get ready in the morning, you put on a shirt and a pair of pants, or when it comes to a swimsuit, you wear one that covers yourself up and it's appropriate. So yeah, when you're out in public essentially naked, kids are going to stare. So for the women who love to walk around public half naked and so desperately crave and desire external validation, I really hope you can find a way for your confidence to come from within and not others, and start being a decent member in our society.
And a lot of these modern women are continuing to say, oh, I want a man to be bold. I want a man to grow some. I want a man to, just be a man. Just do it regardless of what I'm doing. Just go out there and take a risk. But it seems like men are the only one taking a risk nowadays in dating. And that's the way that modern women want it. I want you to take all of the risk. Show me. And then if you meet my standards, we'll see. It's not even a, yes, this is the way we're going. It's, we'll see. I've got Chad and Tyrone that I like to go back to.
Most men do not initiate divorce like women do. But have you ever wondered why? It's not because they can't, because they totally can. It's not because they're weak. A man will literally endure a sexless marriage, a tense marriage, a loveless marriage, if it means he gets to see his kids every morning. He will tolerate the disrespect, the distance, and the neglect. But what's the alternative? If he initiates divorce, it can cost him his children, and that means another man in his home, another man influencing his son, another man around his daughter. And that's his trigger, because a man is biologically wired to protect. So he stays. He's protecting access to the people he loves and would literally for. But this is the truth that I need to tell you, men. Enduring all of that has a big cost. Your kids see it. They see the disrespect. They see the tension. They see the lack of love. They see their dad shrinking in his own house. And guess what they learn? They learn that love means tolerating misery, that marriage means resentment, and that a man's role is just to take it. And I'm sorry, but that is not leadership. That is weakness. Staying like that is destroying you, and it's teaching your children the wrong model. Your kids do not need a man who is perfect or withstands pain. They need a man and a father who is firm, strong, respected, and present. So start setting boundaries, real ones with real consequences, or you're going to spend years tolerating what you know is you, and your children are going to think that is normal. Loving your children without strength turns into a slow self-destruction, and that helps nobody. So respect, my friends, non-negotiable.
You have a lot of modern women continuing to ask, where are all the men at? How come these men are not at singles events? Well, if you were to go to an event just to get humiliated, would you go? If you were going to the event just to honestly and truly become content, Would you go? The answer is probably going to be not. I'm not coming. I'm not going to pay to be humiliated. The drinks are not going to be that good. The food's not going to be that good. We're not going to be doing anything that I want to do. So I'm not going. And that's how a lot of men think. Even if the drinks are good, even if the food is good. Okay, this looks like a place I would go, but I'm not going on that night. I'll go the next night or the night before or some other time.
Every woman in this room should know masculine is not the power of the universe. Feminine is. I'm not placating you. That's why every man would die for the right woman. Would give his life. That's what a real masculine man is, by the way. Not the one that's going to tell you what to do. The one that loves you so much they can feel inside you and they know what's right. And they may share it with you for a different place. Not for them, for you. And you can feel the difference when someone's trying to tell you what to do for their benefit or when they know what's right.
This is a follow-up to my husband does not know that we are $500,000 in debt. I did in fact come clean to my husband and I told him that we were $500,000 in debt. I did have to explain that I did get loans out in his name. I did ask family and friends for money and I said that my husband would repay them eventually. Obviously, my husband was very pissed off. I did feel very bad, but he did tell me right away, actually, that he wanted a divorce. He did not understand why I could do something like that to him. I did tell him, I got bored. You took the card away from me. You no longer gave me money. So I felt the need to go behind your back and get loans and also ask for friends and family for money. That was the only thing that I could think of to do. I did feel bad, obviously, but I did it. There was no going back. He did file for divorce right away, I believe the next day after he found out, and so we are currently in the process of getting a divorce. He did kick me out of the house as well, so I'm currently staying in my car because friends and family do not want to take me in after what I did to my husband. I am very grateful that my husband let me take all of the stuff that I was able to purchase, so maybe I will sell some of those things so that I can eat until I get a job. I know I said before that I would never get a job, but at the end of the day, that is all that I can do. I cannot stay in my car for my entire life. And if family and friends are not going to support me, then what else am I going to do? So yes, I have to get a job at the moment. And I just completely screwed everything over. I mean, I shouldn't have done what I did, but oh well, you know?
And, you know, a lot of these modern women are upset that men aren't really asking them out anymore. You know, it seems like, you know, when I was in my 20s or my early 30s, men seem to be asking me out. They seem to be more interested. What's going on? And even in your mid 20s, right? You might not have as many men or the men that you want asking you out. Well, if you don't have the men asking you out that you want, that might have to do with how you present yourself. Number one. Number two, if you have men asking you out, but not as frequently, then, you know, that might just be them. But it also might be that, you know, a lot of these men feel like maybe the juice isn't worth the squeeze. I got to sit up here and I got to, honestly, I got to tap dance. I got to perform. What are we doing here? Do you like me or not?
Women are leaving perfectly good men behind for no reason. And this is the reason why. It's because something in them has said, well, I need to feel something all the time. Why do you need to feel something all the time? I'll tell you why. Ready? Here's why. Ready? Swipe, 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 swipe. This is why you need to feel something all the time. What I see, what I witness and intuit from my experience with my 4,500 clients doing this for 18 years as a coach is way closer to women under the age of 30 of the first generation to go through puberty with a cell phone. Swipe, swipe. I need to feel something all the time. He doesn't make me feel something. Swipe, 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 swipe. So you don't feel anything, so swipe him away.
Women want men to be in provide mode. But when we criticize, which is a form of emasculation, a man will retract from providing to protect. And if it's a direct attack, like on your character, you're just like your fill in the blank. Your father. Now he's protecting himself. And that's what brings out the worst in men, when they're protecting themselves. Because it overrides their compelling desire to protect others. They're the smallest version of themselves, and they're protecting themselves. They could shut down, they could withdraw, or they could attack. And women cause men to attack, and then we think that's who Men aren't. Women cause men to withdraw, and we think, well, you ghosted me, right? We have all these accusations after we've caused it by doing something like ignoring, for example, walking by a man day after day as if he's not even worth acknowledging his existence.
You know, a lot of these modern women, they want men to approach, but they want to tell men how to approach, right? And to a degree that makes sense, right? Well, obviously don't approach me, you know, in certain places, like at night during the park, like in a dark parking lot, or, you know, don't come up and call me baby. Like, I don't know you, I'm not your baby. Makes sense, right? But modern women have a way that they want men to approach, and you have to have it. It's one thing to say, okay, I don't want a man to call me baby because, you know, I don't know you. But then there's also, oh, I want him to be in a black suit, wearing some Louis Vuitton, I don't know, flip-flops, have a buzz cut, look like, I don't know, Matt, whoever, you get it. There's one thing to say, I don't want him disrespecting me, versus, oh, he got to come up like to me like this with a glass in his hand, and you don't get approached. Because if a man doesn't look a certain way, if he doesn't talk in a certain manner, right, then you disrespect him. And so men watch that. Men see that, and they're like, no.
The most masculine men have the courage to love. Men that are insecure want to be worshipped. There's a difference between being powerful and needing to feel powerful. A lot of men want submission, validation, and silence because deep down, they're still scared little boys trying to avoid rejection. They say things like, I don't care about her past, until they get triggered. Masculinity isn't about control, it's about capacity. The capacity to hold space, to stay calm when it's uncomfortable, to lead without needing praise, to love without needing to be worshipped for it. You want to know what's really soft? Avoiding emotional risk, hiding behind detachment, thinking your money makes you valuable when your character doesn't match your bank account. But the man who can lead and love at the same time, that's the real alpha. That's the man who can build something that actually lasts. So stop confusing ego with strength, and stop calling yourself high value if your masculinity crumbles the second you feel vulnerable. Because being loved isn't the flex. Loving, that's the ultimate power move.
A man talk about something, I don't need a woman, I don't need this. But this is what he's left with when I'm gone. When it's time for me to pack it up, this is what he's left with. This is what he's left with, guys. But a man think he all this because he pays all the bills. This is what he's left with. This is what he's left with, guys. Decorations going out of the bathroom, empty bathroom. This is what he's left with. I'm gonna show you all of his things. This is all my things. I'm about to pack all this up too. This is what he's left with, guys. This is what he's left with. This is all his stuff. This is his whole life.
So let me be honest with you. As a man, I don't need much. I look around my home now. My wife designed and decorated all this stuff in here. All I need is my television, my bed, some clothes, man, and a recliner, and a couch where I can kick my feet up. I could care less about all this decoration. And you know me.
A man with no friends or a small circle. That's a man you don't mess with. He's learned the hard way. Quality over quantity. He doesn't need a crowd to feel powerful. His strength comes from within, while others chase approval. He walks alone by choice. He's seen the fake friends, the drama, and the betrayal, and cut it all off. Now he stands in peace, untouchable. He doesn't need anyone to complete him. His whole is all by himself. One real friend is worth more to him than 100 fake ones. His circle is tight. His trust earned. And anyone who brings chaos gone, his time is precious, and he spends it like a king. He knows what he wants, and he never settles. So when you meet a man with no friends or just a small circle, don't mistake it for weakness. That's strength. That's confidence. He doesn't need your approval. He's already won. The only battle that matters, the one with himself.
If you could be a man for a week, give me the top 3 things you would do.
You know, being a woman, we've been going through some things with the men. So I want to see what would it be like if I was to give them what we really want.
All right, well, they would drag you so bad.
You know,
you will see what it's like. You will see what it's like. But you said you wanted this.
I want to give us what we really want, just to see what it'll be like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All of the things, the whole thing, the whole night.
Okay.
Oh, I do a whole lot of. I just want to see like how it feels.
So
like,
wait.
That's good.
Okay. So because you was fucked, right?
Yes.
So why do y'all us when we want to a bunch of women? Why? If you were us, you do the same thing.
It's different. If you're single, you can whoever you want to. If you're single, and like now, if you're in a relationship, that's different.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But you know it's hard to a whole bunch of women, right?
Really?
You gotta it's a lot of money you gotta pay.
A lot of movies. And
you gotta pay
a
whole bunch of movies.
It seems easy. Maybe
you gotta pay. A movie is fake. You know what the girls say down here? They just want money for no. You know in the club. They know how it is. You just walking out with 10 whole. That shit costs. All right, cool. So okay, two more things.
Taking different girls on vacation.
Okay.
Just to see like how
It
it
just
is.
be a wild boy. I wish I could do that. So you take me on vacation, they be like,
yeah, I'm sending you home. I'm sending you home.
This man on Hinge at 8 p.m. was like, let's get drinks. It's a Saturday. Regardless, I don't care if it was 8 a.m. on a Monday. You are not asking me, who do you think I am? Who do you think I am that I will just go and get drinks with you the day of that you ask me? I probably have plans, and if I don't, my plans are to not have plans. I don't know why this makes me so angry. Everything recently about Hinge makes me angry, but I am a busy woman. Don't you want, why don't you have plans? Why don't you have plans? Immediately unmatched. I do not want to be hanging out with someone who just like, hey, tonight at 8 p.m. Tonight, let's meet up. What do you,
Why do intelligent women, or so many of them, remain single or prefer to be single? It's a great question. And when we're dealing with any person that's intelligent, they know themselves. They've done a deeper level of work on themselves. They have learned to love themselves. They are going to own their no's. When someone unhealthy or toxic enters their life, they're not going to lean into them and say, yes, how can I please you? How can I help you? How can I support you? How can I maximize your needs and minimize mine? They have done a level of self-work on themselves. They are self-sufficient. They are less reliant on men. They aren't going to tolerate bullshit. They aren't going to tolerate games. As a result of that, they're not choosing the same kind of partnership over and over again and wondering why is this happening. They've made the unconscious patterns and trauma in their lives conscious. They've actually equilibrated and worked with their trauma. Intelligence is a very layered conversation and a very layered concept. But when we're talking about relational intelligence and emotional intelligence in relationship, it is vested and grounded in self-love. It is vested and grounded in moving beyond the patterns of the past that have been survival patterns and into patterns of thriving. These intelligent women are not only curious about their own lives, but they're not willing to settle. So they are happy to be single and they can find and create joy in their world outside of needing partnership. So partnership becomes a desire and a healthy partnership becomes a priority. What are your thoughts on that?
Women look for a guy that has a future, and man looks for a woman that doesn't have a past. So like you date guys that can provide, protect, give you security. That all comes with finances. That all comes with lifestyle. We look for girls that didn't have the lifestyle. We look for inexperience. So if we're talking to a chick and she's been in this club, she's been in that bar, and she's been flown around and been to Dubai,
how faithful is she really gonna be?
Not even faithful. How fun is the relationship going to be for the man? Because she's experienced everything. So when we're with her, it's like, we want to be the portal to the woman's world. How can I be your portal if you would have reported everywhere, transported everywhere with another? It's impossible to be your portal. It's impossible for us to feel like, wow, we have something, great that we could cherish. We could cherish these moments together, because that's just how men are.
When a man realizes that nobody is coming to save him, there is a very specific quiet that takes over his life. It usually happens in his late 20s or maybe his 30s. He looks around and realizes he's done everything he was supposed to do. He keeps his head down, he works hard, he minds his own business, but his phone never rings. His apartment is just completely silent. People tell him to just put yourself out there or go to the gym, as if lifting weights is going to cure the fact that he hasn't felt the warmth of another human being in years. For some of these guys, they've never felt it. And the most heartbreaking part isn't even the loneliness itself. It's the moment he stops trying to fight it. It's the moment he starts convincing himself that he actually prefers the isolation. Because hoping that someone will finally notice him is exhausting. Hoping a woman will actually see him as a priority and not an invisible background character just becomes too painful to carry every day. So he builds a wall. He retreats into a screen, or his job, or absolute solitude. And society looks at him and calls him weird, or antisocial, or broken. But he's not broken. He's just a man who was starved of affection for so long he had to teach his own mind to stop feeling the hunger.
How tall are you?
Probably like 5'3", 5'4".
Does your height really play a factor in your dating life?
I don't think so, no. I feel like when it comes to dating, I try to make it a conversation, you know what I mean? It's all about that personality, you feel me? All about that charisma, you gotta work with what you have, don't be obsessing about it, you give off that kind of energy to people are just gonna give it back to you.
So when you hear a chick say, yo, if he's not at least 6 feet, then I'm not even looking this way, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling the same way. I ain't even gonna look at you, you feel me? She gotta put that energy with the man she wants to be with, you feel me?
Just because you're short up here doesn't mean you're short down there, right?
Oh, of course not, no. She said she's looking for 6 inches, bro. Hey, 6 inches from the ground up, you feel me? Don't let the short energy rule your life, my friends. For all the short kings out there, I believe in you, believe in yourself, bro, and you'll go somewhere.
I think when guys who aren't successful with women see younger women in college dating these bad boys, they get maybe frustrated with it. They'll say things like they're ran through in their 20s and now in their 30s, they're ready to settle down with what they call a beta. They think she still wants that college guy. I try to tell them that what happens is you grow up and you mature and you realize there are traits in somebody that you don't want to tolerate anymore. If I'm going to spend every day with you, I have to like way more than your looks. Does that sound right to you, that kind of assessment?
Yeah, for sure. And also a lot of the tactics that the bad boys use are like predatory behavior in which they're preying on people who they know are easily influenced, they can take advantage of because there's someone who's insecure either emotionally or in having their needs met. So, they resort to the love bombing and the future planning that's very premature in the timeline of them getting to know each other. And as a result, someone who's in some type of desperate situation or isn't sure of themselves is comforted by this validation and they give into it, they succumb to it. So, often people in these like bad boy personas, they have some type of resource or means that they're leveraging in order to take advantage of these women.
Here's the thing. High value men are rare. Attractive women are not. You're a dime a dozen.
Ask a question.
Do we accept that though? And a man has to make himself high value. A woman just has to retain her value. Just not mess it up. Don't get fat. Don't run up your body count. Don't do something drastic to your looks. Just retain value. So go ahead.
I think I'm at the stage in my life where if we go one day without talking, we might as well just go the rest of the 365 days in a year without talking, right? I'm at the stage where if you can just not text back, right? Just ignore the fuck out of me, basically, right? Now, no one is busy the whole day. There's periods and windows of time where you can respond for the whole day, right? And if you choose to see my message and then continue on your day, then you might as well not just respond, right? Might as well not even text back. Honestly, we're doing each other a service at this point, right? Because if someone can go the whole day without texting, right? They can go 2 days without texting, 3, 4. So that whole day just let me know, like, all right, this ain't what it is for real. This not gonna be how I thought it was gonna be. So let's just wrap this up. Let's get to the block stage. All right.
Unpopular opinion. Men want traditional women, but aren't traditional men themselves. You can't expect a woman to cook and clean and all the other activities while she has a full-time job. Men, don't be lazy or entitled. Either financially provide for her so she doesn't have to work, or do your part in the household chores. Oh, also, by the way, before anybody comes at me, This can be for both men and women. Women want traditional men, don't act like traditional women. Men want traditional women, don't act like, you see what I'm saying? It goes for both. Just saying.
All right. Boundaries keeps you centered in yourself. When you learn to say no, when you figure out who you are and stick by that, some people will leave your life. Boundaries prevent control. People cannot gain leverage over you. It also stops performance. It stops social scripts. It takes off the mask that people hide behind, which also makes them leave. Some people only want you in their life when you people please, when you cater to them at the expense of yourself, because this gives them control. It allows them to perform. But when you lack boundaries, you lose self-respect and you lose confidence. The people that you keep by losing yourself do not even respect you in the first place. They are there for the convenience. As a recovering people pleaser, healing is often about developing boundaries, learning to say no and giving up on certain people, allowing yourself to be authentic, to be centered in who you are, rather than catering to another person. When you allow yourself to be you, when you speak up when you should and have boundaries, you will gain self-respect and confidence. You will feel much better internally. You will also see how fake other people can be. Develop boundaries if you need to. Heal and become more authentically you. In the end, you will love yourself more, even if it costs you everybody in your life. Watch my YouTube for more. Working on boundaries in my Discord and school communities. Drizzle.
Do you think men should care about a woman's body count?
Yes. Yeah.
Why?
Why not? We're number one.
How are you number one?
Because without us, you wouldn't be here.
Am I number one?
I think you are.
You think I'm number one? What makes you think I'm number one?
You look like number one.
I like that.
You look like number one. You're pretty handsome.
I appreciate it. What would you do to me if I came home with you tonight?
I would bend you over and. Oh my God.
That's what you do to me.
Would you be ready though?
You don't think it would be the other way around?
No.
Why not?
But would you be ready?
I don't know if I'm down for that.
Look, like this.
Eat my if I'm wrong, but like every man that I have met that is not married and is 50 plus, they don't want to get married. And I'm saying this because I talked to somebody yesterday, just like in the hospital, and they were just visiting their family, and they were showing me pictures of all their kids, and like, you know, just like how he's having all of his exes visit, you know, the family member. And I'm looking at him like, oh, that's cool. And he's like, yeah, I don't have a ring on my finger, you know, like I don't want to get married. I'm never going to get married. And then it made me think of my dad. My dad's the same way. He's telling me, oh, I've been with your stepmom for so-and-so years. We've been through and back, but I'm never getting married. And I'm looking at them like, why not? They done already been through and back. You might as well give them the ring. And then they'll be like, well, I do give them a ring. I just won't sign the marriage contract. Why the not? You don't have anyway. I mean, maybe the guy does. My dad doesn't. So I don't understand why not. Like, why? Why are y'all so scared to just, like, get married? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I really am baffled. Like, eat my if I'm wrong, but, like, you already wasted all these years not being married. Why not just end your life with marriage? You're with the girl anyway. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And it's always the 50-plus motherfuckers. Like, why? Why not just get married? Like, I don't understand.
Hey y'all, so today's topic is going to be on providers. Men are naturally supposed to be providers. That should be a natural instinct to all men. Especially if you have children and a household to take care of and maintain. As a woman, you should not be dating a man if he is not a provider. You definitely just be setting yourself up for disaster. Seriously, do you want to suffer? No woman wants to be with a man who is not a provider. No woman wants to take care of a man. Every woman wants to live in her feminine energy. When you're dating a man that is not a provider, he will dysregulate your nervous system. He will make you ugly. Not just internally, but physically. Like, you're just gonna start just neglecting yourself. He's gonna make it want to seem like he wants the one that wants to have the princess treatment. He wants to ride passenger princess, doing everything backwards. You do not want to date a man like that. You want to date a man in his operating in his divine masculine energy. A protector, a provider, a man of moral, a good father, a good husband. That's the kind of man that you would like to introduce and have in your life. If he is opposite of that, run.
Bro, I'm just gonna say this one thing about these passport bros, man. So look, a lot of these dudes, man, because they got this whole wave now going on with these passport bros. I mean, you can't go on IG without seeing some memes about dudes going to Colombia or whatever it is. But I'm just gonna say this for y'all, right? Money can't make you unlame. All right, if you lame in the United States, brother, you're gonna be lame in Colombia. You're gonna be a lame in Morocco. You're gonna be a lame in Europe, wherever you go. And this is what a lot of dudes fail to realize, man, is y'all don't want to do the inner work. I'm not saying don't make money, brother. We all want y'all to make money, right? But though, don't think you complain about American women and you going overseas is gonna solve your problems. But you gotta do the inner work first. It's like putting lipstick on a pig or putting a wig on a pig. You know what I'm saying? You just put a band-aid on something, brother, but it's a deeper problem. And dudes that want to complain about American women, listen, bro, I got no issues with American women. I love American women. Got no issues with them. And I'm Moroccan, but I grew up here. So I know both sides of the coin. And I can tell you right now, brother, listen, you might go to a different country, right? Maybe they speak a different language. Maybe the culture is a little different. But hey, you gonna get played wherever, brother. You a lame over there. And that's how these dudes getting set up. I be on IG and I be seeing these dudes getting set up in Colombia. I'm like, listen, bro, you can't go into these people's country and thinking, oh, I'm just gonna do whatever I want. Nah, but there's repercussions to everything in life. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do the inner work first, brother. Yeah, go overseas, have a good time, man. Enjoy the women, that's cool. But listen, brother, everyone's got ulterior motives, right? And you can't be oblivious, man. I'm just gonna leave y'all with that. I'm out of here.
And another thing that you also have to think about is, you know, when you want a man to yearn, you want a man to, I understand you probably want that man to really show you that he likes you. Well, I don't see it as him like simping for me. And if that is simping, then that's what I want. I want a man to really like me. I want a man to really show that he likes me. There's other ways that man can show that he likes you versus him getting down on both knees, crying and snotting, licking all over your feet, sucking all over your toes and all that nonsense. There's other ways that he can do that. But that's what modern women want. They read that type of stuff in books. They look at that type of stuff on TV, and that's what they want. And men are realizing at some point in time, you're going to think because I yearned and I begged for you that you're in a higher and a better position. Well, you know, I can leave you. I don't need you. You can't leave me. No, I did that thinking that you would understand how much I really want you in my life. But now that you're going to throw that in my face, I think I'll get to packing. I'll be out by the night.